At Goodwin Brothers, we understand that your time is important, and that's why we've dedicated ourselves to servicing your car. Goodwin Brothers has ASE certified mechanics, which means only the best will service your car. Goodwin Brothers is always one step ahead of the industry with our computerized testing, four-wheel alignment rack, expanded parts and service departments. Goodwin Brothers, only the best service because your car is important to you, and you're important to us. Goodwin Brothers at the corners of State Roads 3 and 38 in Newcastle.
The next time you need great food on the run, stop at Barney's Grill inside Red Barn Market at the corner of 3 and 38. Barney's Grill is open 24 hours a day, and you can even order from the gas pumps at the push of a button. Some of our specialties include Barney's Breakfast Big One, made-to-order deli sandwiches, flame-broiled gourmet burgers with your choice of toppings, and Barney Juniors and Barney Bites. Barney's Grill. Stop in today. This month's special is a half-pound double Barney burger, just $1.99.
And welcome back to Chrysler Fieldhouse in Newcastle, Indiana. As we're just a few moments away from the introduction of our starters tonight for the Shenandoah Raiders against the Newcastle Trojans. The Raiders come in at 1-5. As Brent said, Tom, it's been a struggle, but improvement is what he's looking for, and I think that's what he's getting now. He's got his hands full tonight, no question about it. Newcastle at 7-1 is really going to be a lot for his kids to handle, frankly.
Well, and really 3 years is not maybe long enough for his program to take total effect. A lot of times you get a new coach go into a school, and just the change in coaching and the enthusiasm will make the kids play harder and play above their level. And I think he's experienced that a couple of years as he went in there and had them scrapping, playing defense and all those things. And then maybe you hit a little lull until your program really comes from the lower grades up. And I anticipate that Shenandoah is going to do better in the years to come and be even stronger than they were the first 2 years. And Brent's work ethic is beyond a doubt as good as anyone's we know, and he really lives and dies basketball. He's always loved basketball, and that carries over into the kids, and they're going to be successful in the years to come. Will he stay there? We don't know. Only he knows that. He's from this area. His wife's from Muncie. I would look for him around the area at least for a few years.
Last ball game for each of these two ball clubs before the Christmas break, and we certainly, by the way, want to send out a special holiday enjoyment to one and all out there. We appreciate our audiences in Madison County and Henry County and in Wayne County. The Trojans are not in action until they host Jay County on Friday, January 6th, and the Raiders are off until they go on the road at Blackford County Saturday, January 7th. And Tom, the calendar will read 1995 when that happens, huh?
Oh my, you and I are moving on down the line. We're getting a little older, but enjoy doing these games, enjoy bringing them to everybody, and it's going to be an interesting season. We'll call this maybe the first third or the first half, and it's been interesting so far, and it's going to get better.
Always important to try to go on break off a good effort, win or lose, as long as you have a good effort where, again, the improvement's there, and I'm sure both coaches are looking for that.
Yeah, and I think both coaches try to build their team to be maybe tired at the end of December, and then a few days off and some practices, and then get right back into it and strive to improve as you go.
Way back in the annals of Trojan history, all the way to 1990. Here's our old fire.
Still a few introductions and comments being made, and we don't have a script that they're using here, but we'll have the starters here just momentarily.
Well, they're introducing some players from years past, and the one is I can't remember the kid's name. I know you will. Went to Ball State and played for a while. And
number 30, Mike Wingert.
I'll be with you in just a second. Let's get these starters, and then we'll get it. All right, Darren Wilson, Mike Wingert, Sam Tarantino in the middle for the Raiders. 6'2", 245 Sam is listed at, and I think that's probably pretty close.
That's a pretty nice do Sam's got there.
He does. Matt Reedy, a veteran off of last year's ball club, a 6'3 senior. And rounding out the starters, 5'11 senior Clint Daly. Now the Trojans will be introduced. Of course, Brent Tender in his third year as the coach of the Shenandoah Raider program. And now the Trojans will be introduced. Here's Chad Tabor. At 17 points, I believe that may have been a career high for him in the Saturday win over Connorsville. Here's Kyle Huckabee, their leading scorer at 18 points a game. Rodney Berry in the middle, a 6'5 junior, averaging just under 9 a game. Brady Armstrong recovered nicely from a turned ankle in the Madison Heights game, the 6'2 junior. And Scott Miller rounds out the Trojan starters, a 5'11 senior averaging 13 points a ball game. For the 7-1, number 15th ranked Newcastle Trojans, coached by Sam Alford, 31 years in the business, 20 as the head coach of the Newcastle Trojans. And in reading some of the yearbook material they had down here, we found out maybe why his teams are always such good free throw shooting teams. He was a pretty fair country free throw shooter in his own right, wasn't he?
Led the nation, wasn't sure the year, 64 maybe, and small college, 91%, little college All-American that year.
There are indeed the Shenandoah starters, Reedy, Wingert, Tarantino, Wilson, and Daly. And for the Trojans, it will be Huckabee, Tabor, Berry, Armstrong, and Miller. Our officials are Kenny Cobb and Tom Kenworthy. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy TCI Cable High School basketball from the Chrysler Fieldhouse. Newcastle will have the opening possession, and Miller will bring it up. When Tom will ask you to identify the Raider defense.
Well, it looks like they're in a 2-3 zone or 2-1-2 zone. As,
right.
It's a 2-3, and Tarantino just comes up high if they get it at the free throw line.
Armstrong tries to go down inside to Berry, who does recover, puts it up off the glass, followed up by Tabor. Can't get it. Rebound, yanked down, but a jump ball as we have a couple of players hit the deck. And I think we're all right.
Yep.
Possession arrow, of course, will favor Shenandoah, so.
They got 2 shots there and,
yep.
and
size,
a couple offensive rebounds.
Size would favor the Raiders.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, the Trojans.
If there's a downsize, excuse me, Bill, if there's a downsize to play in zone, it's hard to sometimes check off the board if it's overloaded one way.
Here's Tarantino down inside, and he draws a personal foul on the Trojans. Tarantino, Reedy, and Wingert were starters a year ago, Tom, as Brent Tender looks on. And as he said, Soden and Cole, I believe, were the 2 guards that really has been tough to fill their shoes. They were excellent perimeter scorers, and he just doesn't seem to have so far that perimeter scoring. Tarantino, just a 43% free throw shooter, but he was perfect on that first one as Sam pensively looks on. 1 out of 2. Tabor yanks down the board.
Norman, to identify that Newcastle player we were talking about, was that a Haynes that we saw?
Yeah, it was indeed.
Okay.
Huckabee all the way across the zone to Miller. Now down inside is Berry. And he sends it back to Armstrong, who dishes nicely down inside. Huckabee up and good. Good look by Brady Armstrong.
And a good job of Huckabee trying to get to the open spot where the zone was weak, and he was wide open.
2-1 is the Trojan advantage here in the early going. 6:50.
Newcastle straight man-to-man.
Here's the ball batted away, but recovered by the Raiders. Straight man for man, Tom says. All right. All the way inside. Daly with a nice move, up and good.
Raider basket number 5, Clint Daly.
Daly gives the Raiders back the advantage at 3-2. And again, we'll see how Newcastle attacks that zone. They did it nicely the last trip down the floor. Tabor way out high on the wing right side. Now the 3-point attempt by Armstrong is rebounded by Tarantino. And Shenandoah will bring it back up the floor. Reedy on the attack and nearly throws it away. In fact, it was saved, but Wilson threw it back into Newcastle. All the way down is Armstrong. Blocked, but a foul on Darren Wilson. His first, team's first. Shooting foul, Tom, or not?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Personal foul.
On the push, indeed it is. 2-shot foul.
That's his first. Team's first. Brady Armstrong.
A little careless on the pass down at the offensive end were the Raiders, and that cost them the turnover.
Yeah, that was truly an unforced error.
Well, Newcastle, we've talked about it on our earlier telecast, just drill them from the free throw line, 76% as a team. I'll tell you, that's probably leading the state. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna look back maybe at the end of the year and maybe identify if they continue that 2 or 3 games they won doing that. There's a steal by Miller.
Taken away, but thrown away. Look out as Brent Tender makes the save of Chad Tabor, who came right into the Shenandoah bench. So Shenandoah will play it from in front of Coach Tender. Reedy gets it in, and now Wingert. Check it. Reedy will bring it up, rather, and this is Daly. Daly can't get into the post. Now Wilson. Now they go into Tarantino inside, muscles up, has it knocked away, recovers it, puts it up. Knocked out of bounds, still Shenandoah basketball. Boy, vicious play down underneath the hoop. Huh?
And you're getting away with Tarantino, and you're going to probably pay some dues.
He is a horse, isn't he? And I mean that in the kindest, gentlest sense of the word.
Yeah, we don't want him mad at us.
That's right. Wingert. Now Reedy from the corner is a bit long, but rebounds his own miss. Goes to Tarantino. He wasn't ready for the pass, and Miller comes up with a loose ball. Scott on the dribble. All the way through traffic. Dishes nicely. Huckabee on the payoff. Second hoop for Kyle. 4-3.
Off 2 good assists by Miller.
Check it. 6-3 is the score now after the Brady Armstrong free throw. 6-3. So Newcastle by a tray. All the way inside. Wingert up and good. Nice move on the post.
Yeah. Went up straight and strong, and nice little touch on that shot.
6-5. Here is Barry down inside. Tarantino tries to stop him. Followed up by Armstrong. Weak side help on the glass, and Armstrong has 4, and the lead is 3 at 8-5. Again, glad you're with us, and we do indeed want to wish everyone a very happiest and joyous of holiday seasons. And be sure. And here's a steal by Barry, and out of bounds, I think, was Wilson. So Newcastle will keep the play. Good call by Kenny Kyle. Good friend of ours, good official. He and Tom Kenworthy working the ball game tonight.
Good to see Kenny's feeling better. He had a little medical problems this fall. Got him taken care of, and I talked to his wife before the game. Said he's feeling pretty good.
That's good to hear. Here's Tabor.
Said if he had a bigger shirt, I could relieve him if he got not feeling well, but I'm not sure Sam and Brent would like that very well.
Miller from outside. Rebounded by Huckabee. No check off by the Raiders that time, and Huckabee made him pay. 10-5 as the Trojans have a 5-point advantage with 4 minutes remaining in this first period of action. Wilson leans in, rebounded by Tabor, and I think he walked. Yeah, he may have gotten bumped a bit, but knocked him off his pivot foot, and the turnover will give it back to the Raiders. Coach Tender asking for an inbounds play here, I think, Tom.
If we'd known he's going to yell that loud, we wouldn't have had to interview him. We could have just picked him up during the game.
Tarantino in traffic up off the glass, a little strong. Who's going to have it? Ties up. Well, I'll tell you, he is a horse. He and Huckabee battled for that one. This time, Newcastle will get the possession. And Armstrong and Miller will bring it up. 10-5, first period of action, 3:45 remaining. Newcastle owns the 5-point lead. Neither team has substituted as yet, but we know Newcastle's exceptionally deep. Here's Armstrong, got the 3.
Well, that looked good all the way.
It did, didn't it?
Perfect angle on it here.
That was a nice looking shot from the get-go, for sure. Jumper from the corner by Reedy. Inside, lost as it looked like Wingert put it on the floor, Tom, when maybe he didn't need to.
Yep. And
that'll
Huckabee's
get you in trouble.
Good hands.
We get a holding call on the Raiders. Tarantino picks up the call. Number 1 on him, number 2 on the team.
You know, Huckabee, of all his talents, he's big, he's strong, and all that, but his hands are very good for a big guy. He's got a soft touch off the glass. When he shoots underneath there, he usually puts it up real nice off the glass. But he also, Bill, gets his hands on a lot of passes. Kind of reminds me of Mickey Hosier a little bit. He gets his hands when there's a loose ball on it a lot. He's done that 3 times already tonight.
Coach Tender sends a couple of Raiders subs in there. Wes Chu, number 20, a 5'11 sophomore, and also Tony Saunders, a 6'4 senior. He wears number 52. Huckabee leans in, blocked by Saunders. Huckabee battles back. Barry's on the opposite side. Offensive putbacks are beginning to hurt the Raiders big time. Barry's first hoop of the night, and it's a 15-5 ball game. 10-point advantage in the first 5 minutes of this contest. Here's a near takeaway, but Barry not quite there in time, and we'll pick up the foul call.
Half step slower, he's got a steal and probably a slam, but Wilson got pretty good position when he saw him coming and initiated the bump.
Trio of subs checking into the Trojan lineup. Brandon Miller, Josh Estel, and Jeff Milliken come in. Staying out on the floor with them will be Huckabee and Tabor. So as we said, Coach Alford very deep, and he immediately goes to his 6, 7, and 8 people. Not John Overton, I'm sorry, Ben Furnish, a 6'4 senior wearing number 40, is in the Raider lineup. So both teams using their benches fairly liberally. Wingert leans in, offensive foul. Yes, indeed. Mike picks up personal number 1, the 3rd team foul.
He just goes up just a little straighter and comes down. That call doesn't happen, but just leaning in there a little too much.
First of 2 this week for our Madison County audience. We'll have the Anderson Highland Intercity Battle on Wednesday night, 10:30 p.m. on Channel 3. There is Estill missing long, rebounded by Wingert. Ben Watkins, I'm sorry, that's Wes Chu bringing the ball up. Dishes off nicely inside, but the finish is not there. Chu follows, got it.
That's what Brent's been talking about, Bill. They just keep missing easy shots.
Yep.
So that time they were lucky enough to get the rebound, put it back. But you got to make those when you're that close.
That stops a 10-point Newcastle run. And it's 15-7 now, an 8-point advantage. Huckabee in traffic, can't get it. Follows. No, Tabor's got it now. Chad goes up strong. Now little Brandon Miller comes out with it. He'll recycle the offense. Milliken sends it to the Shenandoah cheerleaders on the baseline. It was tipped out.
You're right, Bill. Offensive rebounds are killing them right now.
They're kind of checking that loose ball out on the end there.
Yeah, I don't know whether they're excited about the basketball coming over or the camera being on.
Probably both. Here's Huckabee in the post. Tabor, or rather Milliken, put it back up. Now Estill all the way in traffic, and we get a foul on the Raiders. Boy, the offensive boards, I'm not sure what your numbers show, Tom.
Well, I don't show offense and defense, but 11 rebounds to 5 for Shenandoah, and at least 6 of those are offensive.
A minute 38 left in this first period of action.
And the scoreboard here doesn't have team fouls, but
it's number 2 on the team. We're going to have some, I'm sorry, number 4 on the team. Have some trouble. We'll have to double check since they don't have the number indication up there. Estill, a rare miss. He's an 80% free throw shooter. In fact, he missed a pair. And now Chu will bring it up. C-H-E-W, a 5'11 sophomore, and out of bounds. Still Raider basketball. Coach Alford will send 2 more subs in the ballgame, Overton and Bell, so he has a complete new 5 out on the floor now, Tom, as Tabor and Huckabee get a breather for this final 90 seconds of the first period. Down on the blocks, Tarantino having trouble, but is recovered nicely by Furnish. 15-7, 8-point Trojan advantage. Furnish, now Reedy. Pounded by Estill. Outside 3 is good. Chu with 5, yeah.
Good looking shot.
15-10 with 60 seconds left in this first period. Milliken, a southpaw, sends it around. Now Bell as they reverse it inside, up and good, and a foul.
We saw Bell play a pretty good game and pretty physical game against Madison Heights. Of course, anyone in that game was physical. But he did a nice job there with a little head fake, got the guy up, went in strong, makes a basket, and gets fouled.
Yeah. Coach Alford was pleased with Chris Bell's rebounding in the Connorsville win. Had 5 boards in the ball game and came off the bench to help out a bunch. And that one, and he completes a 3-point play.
Substitution for Shenandoah, number 23.
And stretches the Trojan lead back to 8 at 18-10 with 49 seconds left. Both teams using their benches liberally, and we'll try our best to keep the players squared away, but sometimes that gets to be a handful. Here is Reedy working. Now he gets it down on the baseline, sends it inside to Wingert, batted away by the Trojans. And what are we going to get? Tarantino, he knew he was going to get the call. Started complaining before he knew for sure, but
The personal foul.
He's going to come out of there. That's his.
that's 2 on Sam, isn't it?
Substitutions, number 40, Ben Furnish back in for the Raiders. Also number 52, Tony Saunders.
Saunders, Furnish, and Daly all return to the Raider lineup.
Well, we got a revolving door down here at the scores bench. As both teams
busy plays, isn't it?
Had a lot of players playing already.
Estill will walk it up for the Trojans. I would imagine with 30 seconds left, they'll look for the final shot.
Newcastle's had 10 players in already, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And Shenandoah's had 8 or 9, I know.
Yep, they have indeed.
There's going to be a lot of Letterman's jackets passed out this year.
20 seconds to go. The Raiders milking this clock down for the final shot. They'd like to go to the sideline after 8 minutes with at least an 8-point lead, maybe more if they can make the hoop. Good fake by Estill, blocked out of bounds by Saunders with 6 seconds left.
It may have shot a little quick, but I think there was 7.5 or 8 when it went up, but a little body contact there after the shot, no call. They got time to get another good shot off if they
get it all the way across to Overton, works all the way down, up high, got it. With 2, with 1, the Raiders, boy, it was stolen, and Brandon Miller nearly had a steal and a hoop right at the end. But Overton with the hoop makes it a 20-10 Newcastle advantage after the first 8 minutes. Tom and I'll be back with quarter number 2 after this timeout.
Gifts you can give her, none is as precious as the plain cedar chest, because it's the one that holds everything else that's precious. It's a gift that will last a lifetime, and every time she opens it, she'll think of you.
One thing, so I run to the phone and dial the number for Pizza King. I'm gonna ring the king. The king delivers. I'm gonna ring the king. An incredibly delicious royal feast pizza on the best crust you ever tasted. Ring the king. Pizza King.
And we are back at Chrysler Fieldhouse in Newcastle with a look at the first quarter stats. Here's Tom.
Okay, Bill, both teams shooting 40%. The problem is Newcastle's hit 8 out of 20, Shenandoah 4 out of 10, so they got twice as many field goals. They're 3 out of 5 from the line, then being Newcastle 1 out of 2 for Shenandoah. 2 stats that probably control the game. There's a turnover by Shenandoah, and that's one of the stats I was going to tell you about. They've got 8 turnovers, Newcastle 2. Out-rebounded 11-6 Shenandoah is, so that explains the lead, and there's a turnover going the other way for Newcastle's 3rd turnover.
Nice step in there by Ben Furnish, and here's a steal. Huckabee has a double team, but he missed a layup. Ball is going to be saved by Barry to who? Miller. As the starters are back on the floor for the Trojans. Ball loose down on the post, and it's tied up. Huckabee and Reedy tied up. Good look at Matt there coming up.
I think Huckabee's upset with himself for missing that layup, Bill. That's the easiest shot he's had all night.
I think Coach Tender thought maybe on the steal, the double team, that maybe there might have been some contact.
Yeah.
Here's Barry with a nice little baseline jumper.
I thought there was contact after he missed the layup.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they're not going to call them all, as we well know, huh? And maybe they shouldn't.
No, you got to let them play some.
There you go. 22-10 now. The Trojans with their largest advantage as we're in the first minute of the second period. Pretty nice crowd, kind of in a holiday mood too. Outside shot by Wilson is in the iron and back out.
No one under for Shenandoah. Huckabee gets an easy rebound.
Huckabee all the way down the floor. Sets up Miller from the perimeter. There's a 3. Scott's first hoop of the night. And does what he does best. And Coach Tender says it's time to talk it over just a bit, as this one is a 15-point deficit early in this second period at 25-10. And Tom, that gives me an opportunity to have you tell us about Domino's.
Okay, Bill. Domino's Pizza, one of our sponsors. It's got to be good, it's got to be now, and it's got to be Domino's. Every day, get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $11.95, or 2 large pizzas for just $14.95. That's called the Harvey Pitts package. The 2 large pizzas for just $14.95. Domino's are open till 1 a.m. on the weekdays. That's today. And till 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Call 644-2900 and order them up. They'll bring them, or you can go get them.
All right, thank you, my friend. Hey, by the way, while we got a second, Shenandoah has at least 3 players on their varsity roster that made the second 6-week honor roll, and we want to congratulate Clint Daly, Ben Furnish, and Tony Saunders. Good job, guys. All A's and B's, second grading period. And I know that's as basketball practice was getting underway and the season getting open, so that's doing something.
Yeah, and we've already mentioned the Newcastle many players on the honor roll and honorable mention and all that, and we'll try to catch that again next time we're over here. All
right, there is a foul on the shot attempt by Wingert. He will go to the line and shoot a couple. Kenny Cobb will tell us upon who the foul is whistled. I think it's Huckabee.
Yeah.
34 foul. Huckabee, his first, the team's third.
Just a third team foul, number 1 on Kyle. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Newcastle's pretty much had their way, and Tom highlighted those rebounding stats and the turnover stats that really are telltale.
And a lot of those rebounds, as we mentioned 2 or 3 times, offensive rebounds.
Yep. Wingert is an excellent free throw shooter. He's 77% on the season. He makes a pair here, and it's 25-12.
And he didn't touch iron on either one of those.
Nice touch.
Shenandoah coming out with the 1-3-1. They're trying to trap out of it, Bill. Try to force the action a little bit to get some turnovers.
All right, let's see how Newcastle attacks as they go to the high post to Huckabee. Now across the baseline. Here's Barry in traffic. Can't get the shot to go, but will go to the line as Mike Wingert.
Newcastle pretty patient till they got their offense set up and then moved the ball extremely well against that zone. And believe me, 2 quick passes and the zone has trouble keeping up. Shenandoah moved well that time, but Newcastle were able to get the ball down in the corner of the basket. Barry got fouled. Shoot 2.
You know, the mark of a veteran team is exactly what they did as soon as they saw, and the free throw goes for Barry, who, by the way, is a 70% free throw shooter. As soon as they saw a different defense, they immediately reacted to it.
And that's the veteran guards, and that may be a little bit of what Brent's missing this year, losing his senior guards. But veteran guards, and when one of them's the coach's son, they usually know what to do. I'm talking about Miller in this case.
All right, quickly up is Wingert as they break the Trojan pressure, 27-12. With 6 minutes left in the first half. Nice little fadeaway is up and good by Wes Chu, and he's having a nice ball game. He has 7 points.
I think that 3-pointer just gave him a little confidence.
Here's a steal by Furnish. And Reedy will bring it up. He's not intimidated. In fact, I don't see any intimidation in the Raiders' eyes. They're going at it hard. Here's Furnish on the post. Has it batted away. Huckabee again with the active hands. Bats the ball free. 27-14. All the way inside. Huckabee on the payoff. Kyle with 8. Coach Sam with a little refreshing cool drink there. All the way through. It should be an offensive foul as clearly Tabor had the position.
Yeah.
And I think Wilson will pick up the call.
Yeah, Wilson's such a athletic kid. I mean, he jumps, he runs well, he's strong, but bad judgment that time. If you get up in the air like that and you see that charge coming, if you can turn your body sideways, you might charge, but normally if you can get your body turned sideways, they'll call it the other way. And Barry couldn't get it done.
I'm sorry, Barry gets to Tabor. Now right back to Rodney. Nice move inside. Rodney Barry sawing some wood now. He has 8 points.
They may be missing Tarantino in there a little bit. He's got 2 fouls sitting down right now.
That is a major factor, certainly, Tom. Good observation. All the way through. A little jumper is going to be short by Chu this time. Down inside, though. Open shot by Furnish. Ben has his first basket. 31-16. So the Raiders trying to hang tough. Here's a baseline pass attempted by Huckabee, but too many blue shirts in between him and his intended receiver.
That's exactly why they're in this defense, to create some of those turnovers.
3-point attempt by Wilson. Not there and yanked out of there by Tabor, but a jump ball. Shenandoah will keep it. Tarantino's coming back, Tom. So Brent says, "Hey, I can't do any good with him sitting on the bench. We got to play him." Huh?
He's he either heard me and knows that I know something about this, or what we really think happened is he said, "I better get him in there on the boards and on defense in the middle of that zone."
Reedy tries to work inside. Outside shot by Chu. And we're going to get Wingert, I think, with a push.
Yep.
And I believe that might be number 3 on him, huh? He is going to come right back out of there. Furnish will come right back in.
30, Mike Winger, that is his third.
That is indeed 3 on Mike, and I think certainly over the limit, so we'll walk the other way for a 1 and bonus.
Bill, I asked Brent that intimidation question, and things have changed a lot over the years. These kids play against each other in the summer. They know each other. With AAU ball, they see each other from like 4th grade on. So it's not like it used to be when you maybe practice in the summer at your own gym, maybe over in Middletown, and then the only time you ever saw the Newcastle players or the Anderson players was when you went there and played.
Good observation.
And I think there was some intimidation back then.
Chad Tabor has his first point of the night.
Nowadays, you know the kids, and you say, "Hey, he's pretty good, but he's no better than me. I'm not intimidated." And I don't think that's a factor anymore.
AAU makes a lot of difference, doesn't it, too? Yeah. Tabor, a 79% free throw shooter, gets 1 out of 2. And Aaron Parker, who's in the ball game, and nearly has his pocket picked by Tabor.
I'd like to see that, just see if Tabor.
And Armstrong will pick up the foul call.
I wanted to see it, just see if Tabor could dunk without travel. I'm going to razz him about that till he gets a good one.
Well, he's probably done that when we haven't seen him, I suspect.
Well, until it's on
Gotta
TCI,
be on TV.
it doesn't count.
That's right. We got to have it on TCI, Chad. That's for sure. Now, don't miss it, whatever you do, because then the coach will be mad at us if you go in there and miss
right.
one.
You know, if you have legal authority to do it from your coach, then
There's a block from behind by
Barry.
Yes. Rodney with a good defensive play. Gets a hand from the student cheering section.
I don't think coaches mind seeing kids dunk because it fires the team up and the crowd and everybody else. So
Just don't want them missing one, especially when you're wide open. Huh?
yeah, I don't want to miss it in a close game either.
Here's a nice defense by Latham, who's in there. Out in front, Huckabee, all the way down, up over the rim. Kyle in double figures with 10. The lead is 18 at 34-16. A 10-point run midway through that first period opened up the advantage, and Newcastle able to add to it ever since. Here is Reedy missing. Tarantino will muscle it up. And out of bounds as Huckabee got his hand on the ball.
See what I mean, Bill? He does that a lot.
I know it. Josh Estill returns for the Trojans. Chu will take the 3. Got it.
Like, oh, he's not bashful.
10 points for Wes Chu. 34-19. Miller works on the right wing. And he lost a handle, taken away by the Raiders. Tried to get his pass back, and it just got away from him. Chu in the paint. And now Estill will set up Huckabee if Kyle can catch it. Oh, nice behind the back move. Nice spin inside.
Boy,
and he'll go to the line.
Had Miller wide open, didn't get him the ball.
Had some good moves to get there, though, didn't he?
Yep.
Foul is on Ben Furnish. That'll be number 2 on him. Kyle, 80% from the line. Boy, up and down this Newcastle roster. 80%, 79, 80. 90, Miller 90%. He's only missed 2 all season.
Also for the Raiders, number 23, Wilson.
The revolving door at the scorer's table continues. Saunders will return here momentarily.
But we're not in the RCA dome. That air might get us when they open that door down there.
Let's try to set the lineups here if we can. Parker and Daly, Wilson, Tarantino, and Saunders are in there for the Raiders. Estill, Brandon Miller, Huckabee.
Newcastle not doing as good from the line tonight as we've seen them. 6 out of 10 right now.
Yeah. Kyle, 1 out of 2 here. He has 11. Latham and Barry round out the Trojan players on the floor right now with 3 minutes left in this first half of action, and it's a 35-19 ball game. Wilson tries to penetrate all the way in traffic, scoops it up and got it. Nice move by Darren Wilson.
Some of his athletic ability made that shot possible and got the hoop.
35-21 is the Trojan lead. Huckabee tries to go down inside to Latham, picked off by the Raiders. 2-on-2. And Daly wisely brings it back outside. Parker looks at the 3, but won't take it.
Parker's glad to see some subs. They had Barry guarding him, and that was a mismatch. Now he's got Miller on him and someone a little more his size.
Here's way on the left wing is Parker. Now Wilson. And outside shot by Daly. Maybe hurried it a bit. And there's Kyle Huckabee. He'll bring it all the way up himself. Quickly to Latham. Nice handle to Berry. Nice play up and good. And they're going to count the hoop and call the foul. Boy, nice lean in by Rodney Berry. He's in double figures with 10.
Off a good pass. I think that was by Overton or
Latham.
Latham, I'm sorry.
Yep, Brian Latham. Latham will get a breather as Bell checks back in.
Yeah.
Rodney Berry with 2-1 for Newcastle.
Rodney Berry with 10 points. His season high is 11, and he has got a shot at tying that here with 2 minutes left in the first half tonight, and we talked him right out of that. Here's the ball nearly taken away as Tarantino clears Huckabee out of there. A few cheers and jeers from the crowd. Here's a steal by Berry. He's got Estill out in front. Let's see if he can get it to him. He batted away, but Estill has it, and a foul will be whistled on Wilson. And on Darren, that should be his third. Action is fast and furious.
The personal foul, Shenandoah's number 23, Darren Wilson, that's his third. Jeff
Milliken returns for the Trojans. 37-21 as we're just 3 ticks under 2 minutes left in this first half.
Now Newcastle only got 4 players out there, I think. The Miller kid came out and shouldn't have, the young one. You see 3, 4?
I only see 4 out there, and now Newcastle's bench realizes it too. Somebody and Brandon Miller stays out on the floor.
I think Estill actually said, "Where's my man back?" That revolving door got him confused.
Yeah. Josh has his first 2 points of the night. 2 out of 4 from the line. 39-21, the 18-point lead matches the Trojans' largest. Boy, Estill giving Chew fits. Here's Tarantino out on the left side, looking for help. Now Chew into the paint for a 10-footer that won't go.
Well, what I like about Chew is he's able to clear and get shots off. He's had some little success, but
behind the defense is Bell. Nice look by Milliken. Brent's inside defense, kind of sleepy on that one, Tom.
Yep.
Parker gives it up to Saunders. Just can't get it to go. Well, they just have all kinds of trouble.
There's a bump out of bounds. I think that foul's on Overton.
The personal foul, Newcastle's number 40, John Overton.
Overton indeed, whistled for the personal.
Just kind of bumped him out of bounds. 1:12 to go in the first half, and this one's getting a little high end. 41-21 Newcastle.
Outside shot is rebounded by Tarantino. Put it in. Sam's first basket of the night. He has 3 points. Quickly the other way, Overton on the high lob.
We saw his jumping ability the other night as he went up for a slam and hung on the rim. He can get up in the air, and he looks a little...
Here's a steal by Milliken. The southpaw will go all the way down and lost the handle out of bounds. It'll be Shenandoah basketball. You're right, Overton has some athletic skills.
Yeah, he looks a little thin, but those uniforms hide a lot sometimes, and he can sky pretty good. What's he listed size-wise, Bill?
Overton 6'3".
6'3".
Here's
Another
Miller
steal.
taking it away. Brandon gives it to Overton, and he walked that travel.
Yep.
Try to get his foot under him.
Whenever they're thinking dunk, they shuffle their feet, I think.
38 seconds left in this first half. And for our Anderson audience, be sure and be reminded that at halftime we'll have an update on our First of the County.
Also into the Raiders, number 10, Ben Watkins.
In case you missed it over the weekend, we'll give you the most recent version of First of America's fine feature, First of the County, Madison County that is. Pressure in the backcourt. Daly in traffic is fouled by Overton.
I'm not sure they're in a 1-on-1 yet, Bill.
I think that was number 6.
Okay.
That is his second, the team 6.
Number 2 on Overton, number 6 on the team. So Raiders been to the line, 4 times it looks like, huh?
Yeah, hit 3.
3 out of 4, but Newcastle much the advantage there as well. Half a minute to go. Let's see how Shenandoah elects to play this final 30 seconds. down by 20 big ones. They need to get whatever they can get their hands on.
Yeah, if they get an open shot, they shouldn't wait till the end, I don't think. So.
Reedy
gets down around 10. Now they would. Now they should.
10 seconds to go right now.
You got to get a shot off, guys.
Daly. Outside, can't get it. Rebound, kept alive, loose on the floor. That's going to do it. First half is in the books from Chrysler Fieldhouse. Newcastle has the commanding 20-point lead at 43-23. Tom and I'll be back with First of the County, our halftime stats and more after this timeout.
Play around in our game room. Visit our pro shop. Chow down at the snack bar. The latest in AMF automatic scoring and high-performance synthetic lanes.
If you want to be a success, you have to have the dedication, desire, and hard work. Whether it's basketball or business, Mike Kirk and his team at Quality Discount Muffler understands what it takes to be a success. They've built their reputation on being able to get the job done and get it done right. That's what success is all about. Name brand parts, quality service. It's what you've come to expect from Quality Discount Muffler.
And we are back at Chrysler Fieldhouse. Tom, there's some of our guys that wanted to be sure
hold
they
your
got
signs up, guys, if you want us to see them.
Yeah. There they go. Okay.
Got to make those a little bolder, guys. There you go.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill. What's this high Bill stuff?
Well, I don't know.
You know what? That poster looks like you're writing, too.
No, thank you.
Okay.
First half went clearly to the Trojans, Tom. Not a big surprise. Again, Shenandoah, very scrappy effort, but unable to really get the payoff as when they were able to penetrate inside. Any other observations on that?
Well, the stats are going to, when we show them here after First of the County, going to bear out exactly what the score bears out, that Newcastle's dominating most phases of the game. And Brent's just a little outmanned. His kids are going to play hard the rest of the game, and they're not going to give up, and he'll have some better times ahead.
As we said, as our customary halftime feature is called First of the County, it's brought to you by the good folks in Madison County First of America Bank, and it will chronicle the leaders in Madison County Boys High School basketball statistically in 6 categories, and we did have a change in our most recent update at the free throw leader, and we'll let you find out as you watch right now First of the County.
Welcome to First of the County, a look at the individual leaders of Madison County basketball. First of the County is brought to you by First of America.
Thanks to their connections, the Thompsons just refinanced their home with lower closing costs, while Steve Jr. got a lower rate on his first car loan, and daughter Lauren a better deal on her checking account. How did the Thompsons get such special treatment? Connections, an exclusive program that rewards them for doing more of their banking with us, First of America, a bank for life. Sign up for Connections today and get rewards for doing more of your banking business with us.
Here are the Madison County leaders for this week based on teams reporting all games through December 10th. Chris Hahn of Alexandria continues to be the top rebounder with an average of 9.4 per game. That's a total of 47 rebounds in the first 5 games for the Tigers' 6'7" junior. A familiar face leads the county in assists this week. Alexandria's Mickey Hosier is averaging 10.4 assists per game. Hosier set a school record with a total of 20 assists in 1 game last week against Madison Grant. First of the county again this week for steals is Mickey Hosier of the Tigers. The 5'10" junior has a total of 23 swipes in 5 games, an average of 4.6 per contest. Our free throw leader changes this week as Chad Cook of Highland shot into first place with a 90% average, hitting on 18 of 20 in the first 4 games for the Scots. Players must average 3 free throws per game to be considered. Shooting from the floor, Pendleton Heights' Juan Quiroga maintains a solid hold on first of the county this week. The 6'2 senior is hitting 75% of his shots in 6 games. He hit 48 of 64 attempts. Players must average at least 5 attempts per game. The scoring leader in Madison County this week is still Chris Hahn of Alexandria. Hahn is averaging just over 23 points per game in the first 5 games of the season. Chad Cook of Highland has closed in, trailing by 3 points per game. Alexandria continues to dominate the individual county leaders this week, but several categories beginning to tighten up. So join us each halftime to find out who is first of the county.
The next time you need great food on the run, stop at Barney's Grill inside Red Barn Market at the corner of 3 and 38. Barney's Grill is open 24 hours a day, and you can even order from the gas pumps at the push of a button. Some of our specialties include Barney's Breakfast Big One, made-to-order deli sandwiches, flame-broiled gourmet burgers with your choice of toppings, and Barney Juniors and Barney Bites. Barney's Grill. Stop in today. This month's special is a half-pound double Barney burger, just $1.99.
Would you like to have the newest and greatest music ever recorded right in the palm of your hand? Music like country, rock, jazz, classical. Introducing DMX, a revolutionary new way to listen to music. Inside, DMX has digitally programmed the music from tens of thousands of CDs to play through your home stereo on 30 incredible channels. All you need is this. Want your DMX? Call us today.
Welcome back to Chrysler Fieldhouse as we are at halftime, where the Newcastle Trojans have dominated the first 16 minutes of action, 43-23. And while we're on the subject of Chrysler Fieldhouse, let's send out a big thank you to Vance Meyer, the athletic director here at Newcastle High School. As our erstwhile producer-director Bob Poplin would quickly agree, he has really been a big help in getting our facilities and everything set up, and we appreciate all of his hospitality. It's been marvelous, Tom. It's a great place, largest high school gymnasium in the world, and a great place to do a ball game from our perspective, isn't it?
It really is, and it's great for the fans too, because there's not a bad seat in here, and very well thought out, designed, and biggest high school gym. Got the Basketball Hall of Fame right down the road here, and I agree with you. Vance Meyer really took good care of us.
Hey, let's take a look at those first half team statistics.
Okay, they'll bear out the score, as you'll see right there on the scoreboard. 43 for the home team and 23 for the opposing team, which, as you can see on your screen, is Shenandoah. Field goal percentage, Newcastle 55% on 16 out of 29. Shenandoah 35%. Only got 9 shots to go on 26 attempts. Free throws, Shenandoah hit 3 out of 4, and Newcastle 9 out of 14. The 9 out of 14, 64%. They're shooting better than that. We'll see if they can warm that up in the second half. Rebounds, 16-12. So that went down a little bit. Newcastle only got 5 rebounds the second half. I'll explain that. They were getting a lot of offensive rebounds. They hit 8 out of 9 shots the second quarter, so there wasn't any
rebounds to get.
There wasn't any to get. So Shenandoah climbed back in that battle a little bit, but 15-9, 15 turnovers, Shenandoah 9 for Newcastle, and that's a big stat.
All right, let's look at the individual scoring in the first half. Newcastle used 11 players, and 8 of them have scored, led by Kyle Huckabee's 11 points. Rodney Berry also in double figures with 10. Brady Armstrong with 7. 4 from Overton, 5 from Bell, 3 from Miller, Scott Miller that is, and 1 from Chad Tabor. For the Raiders, Wes Chu was their best with 10, 4 from Wingard, 3 from Tarantino, 2 each from Wilson, Daly, and Furnish rounds out the Shenandoah scoring. We are just about ready for the second half. Again, glad you're with us. for TCI Cable High School basketball, Newcastle and Shenandoah. And a reminder for our Anderson audience, we'll have the Anderson Indians hosting the Highland Scots tomorrow night, Wednesday the 21st, 10:30 p.m. Be sure to be here. All right, let's see how Newcastle goes with Miller from the outside. Can't get it to go, but there's Barry. Rodney goes up strong. Can't get it. Rebounds his own miss and puts it in.
There's some of those offensive rebounds we were talking about weren't available. They were available then. They got 2 of them.
Barry with 12. That would be his season best, maybe a career best. We'll have to check on that. Down on the blocks. Here's Tarantino, rolls it up and in. So the Raiders answer with Sam Tarantino's second basket. He has 5.
Chu's getting the starts the second half. He had a good first half, and he made the pass there. It was a good pass.
Wes Chu, just a sophomore, by the way, so he'll see a lot more time, it looks like. Here's Tabor in traffic. Scoops it up and in. Nice hoop by Chad Tabor. 47-25, 7 minutes to go, third quarter, as Tabor causes the turnover. Huckabee, or rather Barry, if Tabor can save it. Oh, he hit the deck hard. I think he's all right, though. He'll come back in your picture momentarily. There he is. Good hustle, and the crowd appreciates that. He is a fine, fine player, as are a number of these Trojan.
Yeah, I think him and Barry are what you call role players, and boy, they complement some other guys on there and do some things to really help you during the course of a game.
Here's Barry with a hand in the passing lane.
Barry's had a few steals this game. He gets these big, long arms out there and deflects a lot of passes.
We don't name a player of the game when we're not in Madison County ball games, but by golly, if we were, he'd certainly be one that would be considered. We got a little bumping going on here, and the referees will immediately step in. That's something you always like to see when players are kind of jostling for position on the inbounds play. Winger looks, gets it in. Tarantino waiting on some help, and finally Daly.
Well, Barry made an attempt to take that out of Tarantino's hands, and those big mitts said nope.
And what do we got? Foul call will go against the Trojans.
It was either foul or walk, and
question which came first.
Yeah.
Sam voicing a bit of disagreement down at the opposite end.
Well, there was contact. Was there enough to cause him to travel? Then maybe it's foul. I don't know.
I believe it was Huckabee, his second. Wingard has it batted away.
Miller, Bill.
Was it Miller? Okay, thanks, Tom. Tabor out front has it batted away. He may have had an idea about that jam that we've been looking for.
I think he was actually going for it hard.
Wingard bats it away, though.
He's over on TCI. But he does get the basket there.
Tabor with 5.
And we're not making light of him because we can't touch the net, but just every time he tries one of those when we're around, it doesn't work out.
Daly tries to get one to go. Off the corner of the board is Rodney Barry. Trojans having a pretty much easy time of it, as we thought they might tonight with this struggling Raider ball club. Barry can't get the shot to go. What do we got? Rebound, foul.
So
see who referee Kenny Cobb whistles this one on. 4-2 will be the Newcastle foul. That would be Brady Armstrong. Number 2 on Armstrong. 5:50 to go, third period. Aaron Howell sees his first action for Shenandoah. He wears number 21. A sophomore, 6-footer. Daly with Armstrong all over him. This is Howell, his first action tonight. On the blocks, Tarantino. And now Wingard can't get through. Tabor had the pass cut off. Right now the Trojan defense pretty much taking them out of their offense, although they do get it down inside, and Wingard puts
over the top pass.
All the way down. Barry lays it up and in.
Well, they've got behind the Shenandoah defense. I know that's driving Brent crazy. That's about 3 or 4 times they got behind that pretty easily.
51-27. Trojans. Howell sends it to Tarantino for help. There's a batted away by Huckabee, but Tarantino recovers follows up his own miss, then knocks it down. 7 for Sam, 51-29. Newcastle looks to improve to 8-1 going into their Christmas holiday break. If they can continue to take care of the basketball tonight. Here's a spin move by Huckabee. Nice defense by the Raiders. Armstrong is fouled as he follows it up. One of the Raider cheerleaders.
Boy, they seem embarrassed.
A little bit bashful tonight, isn't she? Chew picks up the foul. His first. I'm sorry, his second. 4.5 minutes remaining in this third period. Looking ahead, especially for our Newcastle audience and our Richmond audience, we'll have the Red Devils and the Marion Giants on our first ball game after the new year. Armstrong with his first miss tonight.
They don't like to miss free throws, and they've missed a few tonight. Missed 6 already. 7.
Rebound, Huckabee has it, goes up strong, and got it. Huckabee with 13. Shenandoah asks for and receives their second timeout. That gives me an opportunity to remind our Madison County listeners that memories are what linked yesterday to today. Over 92 years, Maplewood Cemetery has helped the families of Madison County keep in touch with their most cherished memories. Maplewood Cemetery, 200 College Drive in Anderson, next to Anderson University. And we were saying about our schedule in early 95. Right now it appears as though we will indeed have, after tomorrow night's Highland-Anderson game, we'll also in our Anderson audience pick up the Lapel-Pendleton ball game right before the new year. And then for our Newcastle and Richmond audience, the Red Devils on the road at the always tough Marion Giants. And a week later, we'll be right back here and see those Marion Giants and the Newcastle Trojans. That should be fun.
Yeah, it should be.
Attention tomorrow night, cable channel 11 here in Newcastle, 7 o'clock.
53-29. Anything, Tom, that Coach Tender can do? With,
I think he tried to light a little fire this time and say, hey, you know, we may be behind, but let's don't give them stuff. Let's play hard and keep going. And good timeout.
Still full court pressure being applied by the Trojans. And the ball lost out of bounds as Howell did not connect with Chew.
I thought Chew had the shot, and I thought he was going up, and I think Howell did too, and he cut the other way, and the ball went out of bounds.
Halfway through this third period of action, Estill, Tabor, Huckabee, Berry, and Armstrong in the ball game. Down on the blocks is Berry. Nice look across the lane. Now Miller from the outside. Scott.
He's not hit those tonight like we know he can.
That's right. Not having the greatest night, but like all good shooters, will not let that bother him. Just keep working. Here's Tarantino, goes up strong. Can't get it. Rebounds his own miss. Still can't get it. Again, out of bounds to the Trojans. Boy, give Sam E for effort in there, Tom. He just can't get the payoff.
No, he can't get it to go. I think he's maybe rushing his shot just a little bit, thinking Huckabee's big hands are going to be in there knocking it away, and maybe just clicking it too much.
Armstrong, now Estill. Inside passing again, very good as Huckabee plays it off. Kyle with 15 to lead all scorers in the contest now. He and Barry have been the big offensive noise for the Trojans. They have 29 of the 55 Newcastle points here. Barry again.
Boy, he just fell in the passing lane. It's almost like you're practicing against you're playing defense against your offense, and you know where they're going to go, and you just kind of cheat and step out in front there, and he's done that a couple times on that side of the floor. There's a good shot of Brent, minus coat.
And our good friend Rod Brooks was in the background there. He's doing the broadcast for...
We apologize for that, viewers.
Anderson Radio. Daly has it stolen by Miller. Stolen back by the Raiders. Daly gives it up nice inside. Shot fake up and good, and a foul. I think Tabor will pick up the foul call.
And I think that basket is going to count.
Indeed it will.
Tabor was motioning for travel, but he was wanting a big block. Leather back in the face. Didn't get it. The basket goes.
Howell at the line looking for the three-point play. And has it. 55-32 as Raiders trying to hang around in this one, but
playing pretty even the second half.
Well, they were down 20 at the half. Right now it's 23. Yeah. You're quick on that arithmetic, I know. Well, inside, there's Huckabee. Can he get it? No, wouldn't go. Rolled off the iron. Jump ball on the rebound, and Shenandoah will have it.
All the alternating possessions, Raiders ball.
2:38 remaining in this third period. So a lot of great basketball. Here's Miller with a near steal, but Chu hangs on.
Got to pay attention. They'll swat that ball away.
Well, they do. They just get after you. And Chu loses a handle inside. It goes out of bounds. Newcastle will play it. There's a good look at the Newcastle backcourt right now. Huckabee looking. Sends a bounce pass across, and now as they reverse it around to Armstrong, who buries it, or Miller, I'm sorry, Miller on the shot. Scott Miller with his second three. He has 6. 58-32. And we get a reach-in foul on Tabor, trying to double team in the front court.
See, personal foul, Newcastle's number 22.
Looking ahead at the Trojan schedule, we said, Tom, they would be off after tonight until early 95. They've got some interesting ball games. Jay County, kind of an up-and-down team this year. Shelbyville, a nice ball club that beat the Madison Heights Pirates to open the season. The same team that was able to hand the Trojans their only loss. And then the Marion Giants. So,
well, and you look on down the schedule, Bill, and you bust in there anytime you need to. Tell us what's happening. But what I like interesting about their schedule is
inside follow by Burnish is good, and a foul.
Off the miss by Reedy. He gets a rebound, goes back up strong, and gets a foul. What's interesting, as I was saying about their schedules, right down here, they play Muncie Central, then Rushville, Lafayette, Jeff Anderson, Kokomo. That's probably, that series there is going to decide who wins the conference, the North Central Conference.
For sure.
Some schools, we always talk about Madison Heights having a real tough schedule early in the year. Well, Newcastle's might be at the end of the year.
58-34 with 90 seconds left in this third period. Estill will be whistled for the floor violation. He took an extra step. Now, their last conference game, their last two are with Anderson and Kokomo. A lot of action to come before them, but those could be huge. Of course, the Marion game we're looking forward to early. Chu can't get the outside shot. Traffic, Howell in traffic, has it batted away, still loose. 3-4 players on the deck, out of bounds to Shenandoah.
What's going to be interesting, Kokomo, Anderson, and Newcastle will all probably be able to determine their own fate in that series of games there, and who wins the conference, and those should be some battles.
We'll have a number of those right here on TCI cable television, so be sure and consult your local listings, and we'll keep you up to date as we move ever closer to those.
So we'll tell you where we're going to be and when, but you ought to check your listings too.
All right.
It's a good game. You can probably imagine we'll have it.
Well, Reedy had not much chance on that one. Overton quickly gets it to Milliken behind the back, batted away or out of bounds. Was batted away by the Raiders. Let's check the Trojan lineup now, as they have no starters on the floor. They've got Bell, Overton, Milliken, Brandon Miller, and Estill. As we're in the final minute of this third period. We'll try to talk with Coach Sam Alford at the conclusion of tonight's telecast and get his impressions of the first portion of his schedule. Bell with the offensive rebound, and they're going to call a travel. I think Sam was saying about any call but that one, Rev. Huh? And we appreciate the soft drinks. Thank you very much. Out of bounds, still Raider basketball. Final 30 seconds of the third period of action. Brent Tinder without his jacket now, trying to encourage his kids out there as Chu really battled by Brandon Miller. Somehow able to save it.
Actually stepped on Brandon Miller's foot and tripped.
And what do we got? Foul away from the ball, or at the ball. I guess it may go against Bell.
16 seconds, third quarter.
The personal foul is out with number 44, Chris Bell. That is his first to team.
Number 1 on Chris. 6 on the team, so it's out of bounds to the Raiders. Furnish in traffic. Trouble on the baseline, but Wingard. Mike's our leading scorer. He has just 6 tonight. All the way through. Still loose. This one getting a bit ragged now.
Yeah, there's a foul on Miller, I think. Or not Miller. Estel.
Yep. Good sportsmanship shown there by both Reedy and Estel.
The personal foul, Newcastle number 10, Josh Estel.
3 seconds left
already.
Yeah, we are on the 1-on-1. That's team foul number 7.
Is now on the bonus.
Well, I trust you've got your Christmas shopping all done now.
Are we close?
Caught you off guard.
I mean, it's not Christmas Eve, is it, Bill? You always pick me up and we do that.
That's right.
No, I'm done.
Good for you.
Done. Well, when I ran out of money, I'd only bought for the new grandson, so everybody else out of luck.
Well, what a dandy he is. Wow. Here is Matt Reedy looking for his first points of the night, and he got it.
Got it. And I know you spent a little cash on that granddaughter of yours, Sarah.
I'll say, Sarah is going to fare nicely.
Reap the benefits.
That's right. That's what us we grandparents are all about,
yeah.
Huh?
When she calls your house and says, "Hi, Grandpa,"
that does.
She could about name whatever she wanted.
3 seconds left. Let's see if the Trojans can get it away. Brandon Miller sends it up the floor, but we have 3 quarters in the books. The Trojans tacked on a couple more points to their halftime lead. And now after 3 periods, lead at 58-36. Tom and I'll be back with a 4th and final period after this timeout.
At Goodwin Brothers, we understand that your time is important, and that's why we've dedicated ourselves to servicing your car. Goodwin Brothers has ASE certified mechanics, which means only the best will service your car. Goodwin Brothers is always one step ahead of the industry with our computerized testing, 4-wheel alignment rack, expanded parts and service departments. Goodwin Brothers, only the best service because your car is important to you and you're important to us. Goodwin Brothers at the corners of State Roads 3 and 38 in Newcastle.
Hi, I'm Steve Alford for Quality Discount Muffler. Dedication, teamwork, training, and pride are all important factors in building a winning team. They're just as important in building a good business, and at Quality Discount Muffler, it's a way of life. Whether you need exhaust work, brakes, an alignment, or any service, Quality Discount Muffler will get the job done right. So for quality work at low prices, come see Mike and his winning team at Quality Discount Muffler. Take that!
Play just underway. Newcastle has the opening possession here in this 4th and final period. Starters back in the ball game as Barry couldn't handle the Huckabee pass. Tom, work in those numbers when you are ready, my friend.
Okay, I'm not quite ready, but
still got that calculator smoking, don't you?
Yeah.
Aaron Howell in the backcourt now for the Raiders.
Shenandoah 20 turnovers through 3 quarters. Newcastle 13. There's a Shenandoah miss and a Newcastle rebound. Biggest stat, Newcastle hitting 52% from the field, Shenandoah 36.
Miller misses from 3-point range, rebounded by Howell of the Raiders. Coach Tender calling for more movement now. And I think Howell had an extra step. Indeed he did. Traveling is the call.
Turnovers have been a key so far, Bill, and I already give you that stat. Rebounds, Newcastle leading 25-18. Shenandoah 6 out of 8 from the line. Newcastle 9 out of 16, which is below par for them. Shenandoah 39 shots, 14 they made, as Huckabee does what he does best, and that's take it up off the glass pretty easy and soft, and it falls through. And Newcastle shooting 52% on 23 out of 44, and that's the 3rd quarter stats.
Thank you very much. Wingard picks up his 8th point. Huckabee, by the way, with 17, continues to lead all scorers.
Newcastle timeout.
And that gives me a chance to remind you of Cheers, the other athlete. America's #1 cheerleading magazine is coming your way soon. For more information, call 649-8907. Find out all the stories from inside the squad. That's 649-8907, and find out more about Cheers, the other athlete, America's #1 cheerleading magazine.
I'll tell you, Bill, back when I was in school, they were my favorite athlete.
You haven't changed either. 60-38. Frankly, Tom, about the kind of game we would have anticipated. Newcastle with a little kind of fire into their eyes coming out after losing that ball game to Madison Heights, and a player or two not being available for duty on Saturday, and now they're kind of back at full strength. So I think Coach Tinder knew that he was going to be overmatched coming in.
Well, when one school's having an up year talent-wise and one school's having maybe a down year, you get these kind of games, and but it's a learning experience for both teams, I think.
All right.
As my dad used to say, did you learn anything?
Did you learn? I think
most of the time I said yes, and I really didn't. Kept making the same mistakes.
Tabor works against Reedy and is called for the walk.
Well, we got a whole handful of turnovers already in this quarter. Newcastle's had 2. Shenandoah's had 1. We're only a minute and a half into it.
I would think we'll see the starters maybe, halfway through this final period, and then...
I think Sam called timeout, too.
Nice move inside, up and good is Wingert. Mike in double figures with 10. The average is 11, so he could pick up his average with the three-point play here.
And the Huck almost got his hands on that one, called for the foul.
We'll give you a good look at Mike Wingert here as he gets ready to shoot this free throw. There he is. 6'3" junior. Average is about 11.5 a game. And he has number 11 tonight. 60-41 is the Trojan lead. Newcastle average is 77 a game, so they'll probably end up fairly close to that. Armstrong leans it up there. Rebounded Strong up and good enough foul as Huckabee will go to the line for a three-point play attempt.
If you want to pick up anything, kids out there watching, that Huckabee does, he always puts the ball off the glass unless he's right in front. But from that side angle, he always gets it up there, takes it off the glass, and most of the time they fall.
Came into tonight's game with 127 points. He now has 20. So well over 1,300 in his high school career. Here's a takeaway. Armstrong will go all the way. Puts it up and in. Armstrong with 9. 65-41. Here's another steal, and if Miller can control it, he got on the sideline, though, I think, and it'll still be Shenandoah basketball. Good hustle, though, by Scott Miller.
It's almost like Shenandoah's telling them where they're going to pass the ball. They got their hand on it almost every time.
A little bit of fatigue setting in, a little lack of concentration, all those things that kind of dog you in the fourth quarter when you're kind of getting things taken to you pretty good. Furnish and now Reedy. Inability to find that perimeter scoring is, with the exception maybe of Chew tonight, as Furnish drops home his third basket. It's been a struggle for the Raiders. 65-43. So we work our way down to the 5-minute mark. Here's a ball nearly stolen, but Armstrong recovers, sets up Miller from 3, cannot get it, tipped up and good by Huckabee. 22 for Kyle. Good offensive putback.
Sure was.
67-43. Chew all the way through traffic. We'll get a Newcastle foul call.
The personal foul, Newcastle's number 42, Brady
Armstrong on the foul. Number 3 on Brady.
Substitution for the Raiders, number 56, Tarantino, number 23.
By the way, that Marion weekend is the first of a tough double weekend for the Trojans. That second weekend in January, they'll have the Carmel Greyhounds following up that Marion ball game. Both of them, however, right here at Chrysler Fieldhouse. So you got to play 2 tough ones. Good to have them at home.
Home sweet home.
Yep. First point of the second half for West Chew after 10 first half points. Give him 12 now, and the lead is back down to 22 at 67-45. Miller on the dribble, tries to penetrate, sends it to the post, batted away, but a foul on Tarantino. Sam just came back into the game, and as he was headed toward the scorer's table, I think we both heard Coach Tender say, play hard.
Right.
And that is always a trademark of Brent Tender ball clubs. He will talk it over, and I think effort, again, is what he's going to just make sure that he's getting maximum effort out of his kids.
Bill, Matt Reedy in front of us, and not in the game right now, but patting everybody on the rear when they come by. There's been a Reedy in Middletown playing basketball ever since I was in 6th or 7th grade.
I saw where one of them just knocked a hole-in-one here in one of these nice December days, and was what, athlete of the week, and
not
over
only
in the Anderson area.
Not only are they're good, they're lucky too, getting a hole-in-one in December.
That's a good one. 67-45 is.
That's back when they were not to go down that old nostalgia too far, but that's when they were the Middletown Cossacks.
Cossacks, yeah. Vaughn Jameson.
Jameson was a coach
over
a
there
big old guy, as I remember. I'm testing my memory because I'm not near as old as you, but
I'll tell you what, under Brent Tender, back-to-back winning seasons, I think is the first time since Coach Hetty was there.
Probably.
Way back when they had a Final Four team in 1981.
Yeah.
So Brent's doing a job. He's been struggling this year, but he's doing a job. Here's Latham in the ballgame. He gets Tarantino off his feet, draws the foul. Good move by Brian, and he'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Sam knows he made a mistake going for that little head fake. Is that 4?
4 on Sam.
Well, play hard, Sam, but don't play dumb, because you're going to be sitting down here. You get one more foul. Save that last one.
Latham picks up.
Gets the roll.
His first point of the night. He's in the scoring column. He's another excellent free throw shooter. 83% coming in tonight. 1 out of 2 here. Armstrong nearly kept it alive, but Tarantino a little bit the stronger in that little sequence. Here's a steal by Latham. Gets it to Tabor, who lost his balance but recovered by Armstrong. And Newcastle will control Miller in the forecourt.
Well, they got 4 starters in the game right now. 4 minutes. We won't be seeing them much longer, I don't think.
I think not. You probably want to get Latham a little time with the starters, since he does give him some good size in the middle as a nice backup for Rodney Berry. Here is Huckabee down on the post. Latham now will put it up and got it. 3 for Brian, 70-45. And indeed, with the clock ticking under that 4-minute mark, we see 4 new Trojans ready to check in momentarily. Down inside, Wingert can't get it to go. Here comes Tabor. He is going to go all the way down. He wanted that jam, but I think he carried the ball this time. Chad will give you another big E for effort as he comes, knowing that he was coming out of the game.
Yeah.
He was going to try to get it there. Good effort tonight by the Trojan starters. Their night's work is over, however.
Yeah, everybody but Latham sits down, so we got what we'll call second 5 in there right now.
Trap in the
Newcastle
backcourt.
still pressing.
Yep. And the ball thrown away by Howell. Newcastle will have it.
Well, Howell had his head down, Bill, and when he decided to pass, he looked up and threw it without knowing where anyone was. He'll just get better. He's okay. Raiders, a little encouragement from the coach.
Raiders will drop to 1-6, as we said. Their next action not until Saturday, January 7th, when they'll travel to Blackford. Here is Milliken. Milliken averages about 3 a game, so he has a hoop here. Trojans now with 10 players in the scoring column. 72-45. Wingert leans in. Nice little shot up and good. Mike with 13.
He's got some smooth moves.
He does.
Tall, lanky kid. Jumps well.
Again, for our Anderson audience, don't forget, on Wednesday night, Highland and Anderson. Jeff Milliken has his second hoop. The old subs know this is their time to kind of clean up a bit out there.
Yep, 25th turnover for Shenandoah.
Ouch.
Ben Watkins and number 52, Tony Saunders.
Saunders and Ben Watkins check into the Raider lineup. Wilson and Tarantino will come out. .241 left in this one. Some of the fans beginning to head toward the exits. Get a little jump on the traffic. Overton in traffic, puts it up, and it wouldn't stay. Rebounded nicely by Wingert. Mike all the way into traffic, about a 10-footer will go again. Mike Wingert has 15.
Maybe a little too late, but he's
a little more aggressive on the offensive end now.
Getting that shot off pretty easily now.
74-49 as we approach the 2-minute mark. Latham looks inside to Bell. There's Chris. Open, got it. Bell with 7. That's his best of the year, by the way. Howell with the trouble handling it, but hangs on. Here's a steal by Latham. Out in front. Let's see why. He gives it up nicely all the way through. Up and good enough foul.
That was a good pass from Latham.
Nice pass from Latham. Overton on the payoff.
2 assists in a row for him, Bill, because he's the one that hit Bell last time down.
Yep.
And he's very unselfish. Usually in a game like this, guys are wanting to get it in the hole and get their name in the paper and get their points. And nice give up there. And he's going to sit down. He's seen some action, and Estel's going to sit down. So we got second 5 plus 2.
Yep. Tracy Weimer checks in. Also Joel Harvey. You got to watch out for anybody named Harvey, right?
I bet he's a shooter.
And Jeff Barber is in there also. What do you got? Lane violation will give Overton another chance at that three-point play. So rub out the attempt. We'll do it all over. Overton looking for 7th point, but he can't get it. Rebounded by Wingert. 78-49. We said the Trojans would probably get their season average of 77. They're there by a point or more. Here it is down on the blocks. Wingert will go to the line, I believe.
Fouled by 52 on Newcastle. That's
Barber, I think.
The personal foul, Newcastle number 52, Jeff Barber, his first. Substitution for Newcastle number 4, Brandon.
Sam goes about 14 deep, doesn't he?
He goes a little past the edge of a score sheet sometimes.
That's right.
Bill's got names in every slot. There's 10 slots, and he's got 2 at the bottom. And
that gets me to 13. Yeah, I got 6 down here.
Oh, 6. Okay, that's 13. And he needs one more, actually.
Wingert is perfect from the line tonight. 3 in a row, and he can't get that one to drop in front of the 1-on-1. Miller gives it to Harvey, who goes in and scores. Oh, Harvey in the scoring column. Watkins answers at the other end. Ben Watkins' first basket. Final minute from Chrysler Fieldhouse, 80-51, as this one has been all Newcastle since the very early stages of the ballgame. Tracy Weimer gets in on the act with a three-pointer. So now everybody but Miller and Barber, who have played, have not scored. And
Miller's in there. He could do it. Barber could do it.
40 seconds left. They're going to have to come up with a takeaway maybe. Here's Watkins, left hands it up there. Rebound, put up and in by Saunders. His first 2 of the night. Weimer looking, see if he gets Barber, who's posting up in there. Maybe there it is too. Barber will take the turnaround. He decided to pass at the last minute.
I think it was a shot. He just was coming down and had to get rid of it.
And we get a foul on the backcourt on Harvey with 10 seconds to go. Once again, if you've enjoyed our telecast tonight, be sure and tell your local cable operator and tell your sponsors locally. They'd be tickled to hear from you. We'll do our best to keep bringing you boys high school basketball as this season wears on and really heats up and we hit the 1995 portion of the schedule. Here's Brandon Miller. He'll get one, I think. No, it's blocked by Saunders. And let's see, with 2, with 1, up and good. Let's see if they count it. Watkins picks up that final hoop. Final score, 83 for Newcastle and 55 for the Shenandoah Raiders. Newcastle improving to 8-1 as they go to the holiday break. The Shenandoah Raiders dropping to 1-6. Again, our final 83-55. Tom and I'll be back with Coach Alford, some stats, and more after this timeout.